baby bus!
Let's go, Sheriff Labrador!
Theft on the Orient Cruise Ship, Part 1.
Hey now, Lab, enjoy your vacation and be sure to have a good time.
At the sound of a steam whistle, the Orient Cruise Ship slowly started to cast off. Sheriff Labrador was standing there on the deck. Last week, Sheriff Labrador won first prize in a supermarket giveaway, a ticket for the maiden voyage of the Orient Cruise Ship.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Orient! I'm Captain Duck, and isn't that Sheriff Labrador over there?
Captain Duck stood wide-eyed in surprise at the sight of Sheriff Labrador. Before Sheriff Labrador could open his mouth to speak, he was surrounded by a crowd of enthusiastic passengers.
Whoa, Sheriff Labrador! I'm a huge fan!
So am I! So am I!
Sheriff Labrador, I've heard all about how you crack cases.
Oh, so have I! So have I!
Oh, great to see you, Sheriff Labrador.
I'm Grizz. Nice to meet you, Sheriff Labrador. I've heard all about you.
Out of the crowd emerged a beautifully dressed brown bear, Madame Grizz, wearing a thick gold bracelet on her arm that glistened with a golden glow. She shook hands with Sheriff Labrador.
Nice to meet you, Madame Grizz. Huh?
Sheriff Labrador glimpsed a red fox in the corner staring at Madame Grizz's gold bracelet with an envious look in his eyes.
Excuse me? Give him some space, everyone. Sheriff Labrador is on vacation. Please let him be.
Ms. Squirrel, a waitress, stepped forward and obligingly freed Sheriff Labrador from the crowd.
Phew. Thank you, Miss Squirrel.
But we do have some good news. We're having a gala dinner on our cruise ship. And we're giving passengers the chance to talk to Sheriff Labrador over dinner.
Huh?
Soon the night began to fall and the sky began to darken. On the deck, Sheriff Labrador was watching the sunset. As he was standing there, he saw Red Fox slip out of the back door of the kitchen with something in his hand.
Oh my goodness! It's you! It's Sheriff Labrador! Hi!
Red Fox hurriedly hid the object behind his back at the sight of Sheriff Labrador. Sheriff Labrador was about to ask Red Fox what he was doing when suddenly he heard a scream coming from elsewhere on the ship.
Oh my God! My precious gold bracelet is missing!
Huh? It was Madame Grizz.
Sheriff Labrador's facial expression immediately became serious. At once, he rushed to Madame Grizz's room and found her rummaging around the room in a panic.
No.
On the dresser,
No, it's not
there
here.
was an empty jewelry box.
Madame Grizz, when did you notice the bracelet was missing?
Oh, Sheriff Labrador, you're here! I found it missing right before you arrived. Half an hour ago, I took the bracelet off and put it in my jewelry box on my dresser. And then I went to take a milk bath. When I came out of the bathroom, I noticed that it was gone!
It's 6:30 p.m. That means your bracelet was stolen sometime between 6 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. Madame Grizz, in order to solve this case quickly, I need to search your room.
No problem. Search anything you need to, if it will help you find my precious gold bracelet.
Sheriff Labrador took out his magnifying glass and did a thorough search of Madame Grizz's room.
Huh? This is...
A strand of conspicuous red fur on the carpet caught Sheriff Labrador's eyes.
This is...
Red fur. Red Fox is the only one on this ship with red fur. So, it was Red Fox who stole my bracelet!
Madame Grizz had also noticed a strand of red fur, but Sheriff Labrador shook his head in response.
Madame Grizz, the evidence we hold is too insufficient to determine whether Red Fox is the real thief. But we could go ask him some questions first.
Sheriff Labrador and Madame Grizz arrived at Red Fox's room. Red Fox was in his room, and his stomach looked to be bulging. Hearing that Madame Grizz's gold bracelet had been stolen, Red Fox insistently shook his head.
What? Madame Grizz's gold bracelet was stolen? I didn't do it. I'm innocent.
Red Fox, where were you between 6 o'clock and 6:30 this evening?
I was,
Red Fox hemmed and hawed for a long time, but could not answer. Madame Grizz stared at him with suspicion.
Sheriff Labrador, something is definitely off with this Red Fox. That strand of red fur in my room must be his. He's the only one on the ship with red fur. Besides, he can't tell you where he was between 6 o'clock and 6:30.
There's certainly something fishy about the situation. But I think he might not have stolen your gold bracelet, but something else.
Sheriff Labrador pointed to Red Fox's round, stuffed stomach, and then to the trash can in the room, which was full of cake packaging.
There is a dinner party on the cruise ship tonight, so they must have prepared a lot of delicious food. I saw you sneaking out of the kitchen with something in your hand. If my guess is correct, you stole some cake from the kitchen. That's why you couldn't answer my question.
I was afraid you would find out that I had stolen the cake, or mistook me for the thief who stole the gold bracelet. So I tried to make up a story, but I failed to think of anything. Okay, fine. I did steal some cake, but I didn't steal her gold bracelet.
Stealing cake is also a crime. Come with me. We're going to apologize to Captain Duck.
Oh, no!